China got rich at our expense. And all these free traders want to argue this. It's crazy. If you actually look at the average, the median wage, not average, the median wage since 1980 has improved on the United States by 0.2% annually. That's real, adjusted for inflation. China has gone from median wage to 30 times, again, adjusted for inflation. So what we've done is we've exported our jobs. We've exported labor in terms we can replace that labor with cheap stuff, cheap TVs, cheap cell phones, cheap all this stuff. Unfortunately, we've also exported our jobs so we can import stuff from China, like, again, as I said a million times, semiconductors, large power transformers, the whole thing. The things that we actually need, shipbuilding. The idea, and I'm reading these economists on X right now saying, oh, it's great, man. We get to buy a bunch of stuff. We're a consumer society. I just do not know what Greece is. Greece is a service society. Greece relies on tourism, service industry. There's no manufacturing. There's nothing. And the United States, while we still have a significant manufacturing base because of what we export, which is oil and gas, petroleum, and things of this nature. And we still export a lot of weapons, don't get me wrong. We still export some manufacturing stuff. But you take away fossil fuels and weapons, we don't export very much. If that stuff goes away, what do we have? What do we have? We have a service-based economy. Service-based economy cannot continue to grow significantly. It just can't. We'll not be able to buy cheap stuff from China 40 years from now if we keep doing what we're doing. We won't have enough people, enough income to do that. It's mind-boggling to me how people don't do this. So we've made China rich. They've got rich at our expense. We said, hey, let's be able to hire cheap labor in China, which right now, basically China is the world's manufacturing floor, without question. China's got rich. The median wage in China is significantly higher, 20 to 30 times higher than what it is in the United States, where we've just basically flatlined. We've kept up with inflation, that's it. China's got rich at us. Now, sadly, a lot of that richness in China hasn't gone to the average Joe. The government is what's making all the money. And the government, they make the money, then they turn around and subsidize all this manufacturing, their export economy. And we just allow it to happen. They just keep taking our jobs. And somehow this is a good thing for free trade. Dude, this can't last generationally. It just can't. It's impossible to last. Look at, people say, well, Greece is such a low cost of living. Yeah, it is low cost of living. You don't have the luxuries we have here. If you like the air conditioning, you like having a dryer to dry your clothes. If you like the stuff we have, you're not going to have that in Greece. Just not. The average guy in Greece isn't having this stuff. Now, look, I got no qualm. If you want to live like that, that's fine. But don't tell me, on the other hand, that this is economically feasible for us to maintain our standard of living, our quality of life, as well as export all of our jobs and import all the stuff that those jobs make. It's just economically not viable. Again, you can get away with it for a little bit because we've had such a big we're living off the largesse of our parents' generation and the generation before that. They busted their butts so we could live like kings. I'm telling you, it's like a guy who inherits a business from his dad. Shirt sleeve to shirt sleeve in 3 generations, man. Granddad builds his business up like a freaking crazy man. He lives, a Chinese immigrant comes here, starts a Chinese restaurant, lives right above it with his 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? Because he won't have children in Kung Fu in China, so he comes here, starts a business, makes money, sends his kid to school, his kid goes to business school, the kid thinks he knows how to run a business better than the granddad did. So that kid, the son of the granddad, your dad essentially, he says, oh no, we got to do this better, and he runs it essentially into the ground. And then when he dies, he leaves it to his son, the grandson, to inherit, and the grandson's like right back to basics. He's like, oh man, my dad really squandered this. I got to start this from scratch. So it's like America. It's like, this is what we are. Our granddads have built this country, made it solvent, made it very profitable with their manufacturing, busting their butts. And instead, we've just taken advantage of it. And now what's going to happen here is we're going to leave it to our children, and they're going to say, oof, We're not making the money we used to. Our quality of life is depreciating in front of our very eyes, because you cannot have a service-based economy that grows significantly for generations. It's just, you can't have it. You have to make stuff. It's crazy to me. And China has made stuff at the expense of America. And somehow, right-wing economists will say, even left-wing economists, I mean, hell, there's tons of left-wing economists, they'll say, oh, comparative advantage, David Ricardo, this is a net positive for us. It's just not. So think about it. If China's wages have gone up 20 to 30 times in basically 40 years, our wages have just leveled off. What does that mean for 40 years from now? Inherently think about that. Our wages are going to go down as China's goes up. China becomes more and more profitable, become less so because we aren't making anything anymore. Do you not know we need Navy ships, right? Yeah. How many Navy ships are being built in the United States? In Bath Iron Works, other ship places. How many ships? You know how many China does? A hell of a lot more than we do. Oh, but we can just export. We'll just buy ships. We'll buy Navy ships from China. Our adversaries, yeah, they're going to provide us our tanks. They're going to provide us our ships so that we can turn around and use them to defend Taiwan. Are you freaking insane? And this is the problem that has happened when we said to all men, hey, go to college and learn some kind of, I don't know, freaking political science degree instead of going into figure out how to make things, build things, be an engineer, figure out the new wave to freaking do fracturing, where you can actually get at oil and gas in the ground horizontally, horizontal fracturing. But no, we want you to go get political science. We want you to become psychology. We've done that way too long. And if we don't change course, it's going to be over, man. And then when I say over, it doesn't mean we're going to be dead. It just means we'll be more like Greece and less like America. And some people think that's great. They say, oh, Greece, the quality of life is so much better. Okay, move there then. But don't move there thinking you're going to live like you are here. You're just not. Oh, I will live like, but some people say, oh, my Social Security in Greece will buy a hell of a lot more than it does here. Yeah, that's fine. And as Europe dies and we're falling next, you'll find quickly that maybe not you, but the people coming up behind you not going to be able to do the same. There's always some exception to the rule, everything. My quality of life in Greece is better because my Social Security can pay for air conditioning. It can pay for a clothes dryer. It can pay for this, that, and the other. All right, good luck with that. What is that built on? That's built on American ingenuity, American ability to make things. Yeah, that could probably happen for a generation. And then guess what, though? It's going to stop because we made other countries, and China in particular, rich. And as such, it's going to come back and bite us in the bud. And I just hope that economists can see this, but they can't. And as such, that's why we need Trump in there, because economists are just living off the David Ricardo free trade comparative advantage. It's not nonsense. You gotta put tariffs on to increase wages and to get back to making things. That's just a fact. All right. God bless. We'll see you.